Am I there? Hi, am I live? My phone just did something super weird. It said rotate your phone. You can't go live while recording, but am I sideways, Rebecca? I feel sideways. Somebody tell me, Danielle, somebody. Hi, am I sideways, Rebecca? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I was. Okay, let's do this. There we go. I don't even know what to say about that. Now, what about now? It says rotate your phone. Okay. Well, here I am. I'm just going to do it like this. Hello, hello. Okay. So here's my thoughts about this new month, October, also known as rOCkTOBER. There is 3 things that I want to share with you this morning. 3 things that I've decided to do. Because here's the thing. Often we focus on the things we can't do. And when we focus on the things we can't do, it'll shut us down. And often it makes us weary, so much so that we quit. And I don't think anyone sets out to be a quitter. I don't think that you want to give up. I don't think that you want to settle or stop. I think you desire the dreams in your heart. I think you know you're born for more. I think you want abundance and fullness of joy and all of the things that would be planned for you. I think you want to take your next step. So I know I do. And I know that I'm actually capable of a lot, but there's a lot I'm not capable of. And sometimes I focus there and then I want to quit. So I want to encourage you this morning with something that I'm encouraging myself in. And I want to let you know that don't let what you cannot do stop you from what you can do. I want to say that again. Don't let what you cannot do stop you from what you can do. So here's my 3 things that I am committing to. And the first, for those of you that are, I know that I have so many Facebook friends, and we do have a lot of the same values, because that's why we're friends on Facebook, because we value similar things, and we have these core values that drive us. I know we don't all believe the same, and that's okay. I'm going to share with you a belief that I have. Receive it for you. If you're ready for that now. If you're not, consider exploring it. But the first thing I can do every single day is have time with Jesus. Because here's what I found that happens in my life. I have been running and gunning and gritting it out and achieving and persevering since the 3rd grade. That sounds crazy, but bear with me for a second. It was in the 3rd grade that I gave my first speech to run for 3rd grade class representative at Lakeside Farms Elementary School. That began my journey of leadership and achievement and growth and succeeding and doing and all of that. All the way through till my senior year of high school when I became the school president, right? Now here's the deal. We're all wired and created a little bit differently. That's just part of who I am. That's not required of everyone, but that's a part of who I am. I'm an Enneagram 3 for those of you that are on the Enneagram, and the way that I was designed and created is to perform and achieve. It's just kind of part of who I am. However, just because that's who I am doesn't necessarily mean that I can keep gritting it out and running and gunning and doing and achieving and performing like on my own all the time. Because what happens is you will exhaust your own personal resource. I have grown weary. When it's too much, you quit. And everyone has a strong start. We all have strong starts. But sometimes what happens in the middle is we recognize, wow, it's not as simple as just pulling myself up by the bootstraps and just committing and not breaking a promise to myself. You get tired. You get worn out. unexpected curveballs come. It takes longer than you thought. There's like loss and betrayal and things along the way that you were not prepared for. And does Jesus command us to action? Does Jesus say, be strong, be courageous? Yes. Does Jesus say, don't be discouraged? Yes. Does Jesus say, don't be dismayed? Yes. Does Jesus say, do not fear, don't grow weary in doing good? Yes, he does say all of those things. But here's the rest of what he says. He says, you take a step. Yes, don't be afraid. But here's what the rest of it is. For I am with you. So it's not you just pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, my friends. You don't have to be afraid. You can push through the fear because he is with you. He is alongside of you. Does he say, don't be discouraged? Yeah, but not without a weapon to fight back with. He says, don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. This is Isaiah 41, if you're wondering. This is why the first thing that I can do in the midst of some of the things that I cannot do is I can spend time with Jesus. Because does he say, don't grow weary? Yes, he does. But he doesn't say that you just have to don't get tired. Don't get tired. Come on, you. Get up. Keep going. This is sometimes my self-talk. He says, I will uphold you with my righteous hand. So yeah, God says don't quit. Yes, Jesus wants you to take a step in faith, but it's because he wants to show you his faithfulness. And so for me, this morning, day 2 of committing, one thing I can do is be with Jesus, because you know what I heard from him today? I heard from him in 1 Samuel chapter 14, verse 6. He said this. He's saying it to you. Perhaps the Lord will act on your behalf. Perhaps the Lord will act on your behalf. I think a lot of times we quit because we're so afraid that if we keep living open-handed and we keep going and we keep persevering and that God's going to leave us empty-handed. And what if he doesn't come through? And I can't do it on my own. I've gone this far, but now it seems like too much. And some of what I need actually is kind of a miracle. And what I heard God say to you today, he said it to me, but I'm sharing with you, is perhaps the Lord will act on your behalf. So don't live in what if. Don't live in regret. Take that step because perhaps he's going to act on your behalf. Be strong, be courageous, keep going, because perhaps he's going to act on your behalf. Don't be discouraged, don't be dismayed. Get up another day, because perhaps he's going to act on your behalf. That's one thing I'm committing to, is my time with Jesus, because perhaps he's going to act on my behalf. The second thing I'm doing is coffee. It's coffee. Why coffee? Because honestly, it's something I enjoy. I don't need to do a ton of it. I'm not being excessive or obsessive about it to where it's creating a bad habit and sabotaging good health. But a cup of coffee, it's like ministry to my soul. So I suggest that you choose one thing that you just enjoy doing. Something that's not hard. That's not hard. Something that is really simple. Now listen, don't make it a cupcake. Don't make it chips and salsa. Don't make it even food related. Mine's coffee. I'm going to encourage you with something here though. It's black coffee. There's no cream. There's no sugars. It's just a warm cup of joe that actually brings warmth to my heart. So come find something that you enjoy daily. Maybe it's just sitting outside in the cool breeze here in the fall. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what yours is. Mine's coffee. But I'm picking Jesus. I can do that. I can spend time with him. And I can have a cup of coffee. I enjoy it. So it's something that I enjoy. And then here's the third thing that I'm committing to. The gym. And here's why I say the gym. Because I'm an avid walker. I walk. I totally walk. But for me, walking, is it good movement and exercise? Yes. for me, and walking is actually something you might enjoy. So maybe that's your cup of coffee. Maybe you're going to go on a 30-minute walk, and that's good. But that's something that I'm already doing. What I haven't been doing that I can do is go to the gym, because what I need to do is kind of lift some weights. And it's not about my image. It's not about my physical health, though it impacts my physical health. It's not about losing weight or getting skinnier. This is not why I chose the gym as one of the 3 things that I can do. I did it because exercise, like lifting weights and doing some strength training, promotes chemicals in the brain that improve your mood and make you more relaxed. I need to release some of those endorphins in my body to increase some emotional and mental health at this season. And so that's why I'm committing to doing the gym. But I want to tell you something really funny. Okay, so picking the 3 things you can do and stop focusing on all that you can't. And for me, I'm a dream big girl. I have lofty goals and expectations, and I want you to keep dreaming big. I want you to continue to have lofty goals and expectations. I am a high achiever. I am high capacity. I can do a lot. That's just how I am. But I think sometimes, what about you? Then maybe your capacity isn't that, or maybe your dreams and desires aren't that. That is okay. What can you do? And even for someone like me, I can run it and gun it for so long. And sometimes I need to set a few goals that are within reach. A few things that I can do daily. And you know what that's going to enable? It's going to give me daily steps, and I'm going to turn around twice. And some of these bigger things, there's going to be a bunch of little yeses that are going to cultivate a daring yes. And you will see, even with those 3 things, that you can do. On days will be a challenge. Day 2 of committing to the gym. Jesus and coffee did it. Committing to the gym. I don't have a car. Our car was put in the shop yesterday, and it was supposed to be done, and it wasn't done. So this morning, my husband and I are like, oops, what's the plan? So he had an appointment, so he had to drop the kids off at school early, get to his appointment, and I'm carless. And I'm like, Jesus, coffee, the gym. By the way, I'm also committed to doing these 3 things before I do anything else, because I believe that will enable me to stay the course, right? So I do have an like a on-demand type of workout thing that's gym-esque, and I have these. So I was like, okay, home gym. And I went to go log in, and I could not figure out the password to save my soul. I could not figure out how to log in, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, home gym. I can't do the home gym. What do I do? YouTube. I'm like, I'm not giving up. These are 3 things that I can do. So you're going to find obstacles that you're going to it's going to still require a bit of a daring yes. There's going to be obstacles that come up even with the things that you can do, right? And so I went onto YouTube and I found a Tracy Anderson. She was doing a 30-minute weight training workout video with one of Victoria's Secret angels. Hey, why not? And I want you to know, now I'm here with you. And so I just want to encourage you in this, that God's called us all to do big, beautiful things. And those big, beautiful things are going to happen one step at a time. And I know for me that I've been performing and gritting it out and achieving for a really long time in my life. And I don't have any regrets, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But there's moments that I can get overwhelmed by it. So I'm assuming I'm not alone. And so I decided, for me to be able to rOCkTOBER, to really rOCkTOBER, that I needed to not let the things that I cannot do, because some of them are just on God, and not let the things that I cannot do keep me from what I can do. And so I'm having daily talks with Jesus over a cup of joe, and then I'm hitting the gym. What is it for you? What is it for you? Maybe it's just 3 things. Maybe it's 1. Because it's not as simple as pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That's not what God said. God said, you be strong and courageous. And why you can be strong and courageous is not because you have all this inner strength and power and commitment and diligence and all of that. Great if you do, but there's moments you won't. So be strong and courageous. How? Why? Because the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Don't grow weary in doing good. Why? Sometimes you get really tired when you're doing a lot of good. That's not the end. The end says, don't grow weary in doing good, because in due season you will reap a harvest if you don't quit. I know for me, life is not linear. These dreams and goals are not always up and to the right. There's seasons. I think in our life, we want it to constantly just be raining blessing, rain, bless, right? But here's the truth. If it were always raining blessing, it would flood the crops and nothing would grow. So I encourage you this morning, if you're not in a season of raining blessing, that's okay. You don't want your crops flooded. You actually want to grow. So commit to a couple of things that you can do. Not let the things that you cannot do cause you to stop, cause you to quit, cause you to shrink back, because perhaps the Lord will act on your behalf. Have a fantastic Tuesday, my friends.